Kia ora and well done, New Zealand. We didn't just flatten the curve, we squashed it. And now that we are officially coming out of lockdown and with the massive budget plan that was announced this week, in this video we will look at how the market has reacted to this news. And I will also talk about some companies such as Air New Zealand, SkyCity and Mainfreight, just briefly though. And also another thing that has happened is the change between New Zealand dollar and US dollar. It's been changing a lot this week as well. For those of you who have seen my last video, you would notice that I added 50 more companies to this list. And I also added 2 new columns. So I added a new column for the price ending last week. So the closing price of each company. And I have another column to see how much it has changed since last Friday. Now let's have a play around with this video. But before we do that, let me just go over these columns just in case if I have new viewers, and for my old ones just to recap what these columns are. So the first column has the company name. Second column has the ticker. And the blue column, I have the price ending at the 20th of Feb 2020. I picked this date because this is the day before everything went downhill due to the pandemic. And in the new light blue column, like I said before, I have the price ending a week ago. This red column represents the lowest price since the 20th of Feb. This yellowish column has the current share price, and in the green column I have the change since the lowest recorded price. And in the new light blue column I have the price changed since last Friday. And in the darker blue column I have how much the price has changed since the 20th of Feb. So let's play around with this now. Let's start off with the price change since the 20th of Feb. Highest to lowest. And look at that, these companies have not only rebounded but have gone past the price before the pandemic. So push play, the price on the 20th of Feb was $4.65. Right now it's trading at $7. Fisher and Paykel, the same story. A2 Milk Company, so these are all winners. Now if I were to change that to lowest to highest, these are the biggest losers so far. So Kathmandu is still down 61%, but is up 4.35% since last Friday, and it has recovered 95% since the lowest point. This reminds me of a comment on my last video. A viewer said that they were gonna buy Kathmandu, so that person might have made a profit depending on when you bought it. Tourism is still down. Let's look at the biggest gainers this week. I ignore these are just formula errors. I've been having trouble with the formulas, it's giving me a lot of errors and a big headache. So the biggest winner this week was Sea Dragon. And NZME is up there as well. I don't know what's going on with them, they've been in the news, not really sure what's going on. And Push Play was doing good this week as well. It has recovered 197% since the lowest price, and it has also gone 50% higher than what it came into in this pandemic. Pacific Edge might be another winner because more and more people are staying at home, so they're using their products. Now let's look at this change since the lowest price. Push Play is up there again. I'm not too sure about Blackwell Global Holdings. SkyCity has recovered 115% since the lowest recorded price, but it was down 1.2%. And overall it's been down 34% since the 20th of Feb. Now this down 1.2% might be due to them being on the news again for cutting more jobs. They cut a few hundred jobs. That's a lot of people without jobs now, but in terms of SkyCity, that may be a good opportunity for them. Now some years ago I did used to work for them, and what I've noticed while I was working there is that there were a lot of people doing jobs that could have been done by one person, and they had a lot of people that were in casual contracts. So these people might work once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, and they still get the benefits of SkyCity. So for them to downsize their employees might not exactly be a negative for them. But also keep in mind that they are spending millions of dollars to build that new convention center and another new hotel. With the borders being closed, they may be losing more money than they expected. They were already about to lose money because of the fire, but now they're gonna lose more money because of our borders being closed. Now even though at the start of this video I said well done to New Zealand for doing our bits, but to be honest I am a little bit scared because of the situation in America. It seems to be out of control, and as long as the number of cases are going up over there, it'll force countries like New Zealand to keep our borders closed. And as long as our borders close, business is gonna get affected, especially businesses like tourism. But it's not only tourism that will get affected. There is not a single country in the world that can function by themselves. We need the global economy to start working again in order for businesses to fully function. Speaking of tourism, they are in real trouble. And if tourism is in trouble, then New Zealand is going to be in trouble. Kiwis can explore their own backyard, but that's not a solution. Once Kiwis explore their own backyard, they're not going to explore it again. For example, you might go down to Queenstown for a weekend and then come back up and that'll be it. You're not going to go down to Queenstown again and help the local businesses out. We need to open our borders again, but with countries such as America with the number of cases increasing, I think this will be a problem. So I don't know if our hard work is going to be all for nothing. Speaking of borders being closed, if I changed this from lowest to highest, you would see that Air New Zealand is still down 55% of what it was on the 20th of Feb. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about Air New Zealand being a good price due to all kinds of reasons, and they're mainly discussing the book value. But I personally, now this is my unprofessional opinion, I personally would stay away from airline. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but most people don't know that I did go to aviation school. There's me. Now, yes, I only did learn how to fly. There's me again. I didn't learn the business side of things, but I saw enough to see how much of a cutthroat industry aviation is. They make millions of dollars, but they can just as easily lose millions of dollars. As long as an aircraft is on the ground, the company would be losing dollars. As soon as those wheels touch the ground, the cost for the airline starts to add up. I remember when I was flying, as soon as I touched down, there will be a landing fee, and some airports even have a takeoff fee. But those fees are small compared to what I would have gotten charged if I parked my aircraft in that airport. So just like parking your car in the city, guys, airlines get charged for parking their aircrafts. So not only do airlines not get any income because they're not flying, but they're also losing money because they're paying parking and storage. And some of the other costs that people don't think about that's associated with non-flying. So for example, Air New Zealand would still have to pay for their customer service team, accountants, consultants, executives, and so on and so on. And don't forget, some of these people have huge salaries, especially the experienced ones. Now, Air New Zealand did announce that they're going to start flying domestic and they're guaranteed an empty seat next to you. So I'm not too sure how they're going to cover that cost. And domestic flying tends to be more expensive as well, because some repairs in the aircraft are needed to be done by law per flight cycle, not by flying hours. This is because each time a plane is pressurized and depressurized, it forms little cracks, so long international flights are actually cheaper for airlines. So as long as the world is on shutdown, I will not be looking at any airline industry. And I'm not saying that because I know Warren Buffett said something about that. Personally, I don't even listen to other people's opinion, and I encourage you not to listen to mine as well. But due to my personal experience in the aviation, at this current situation, I will not be buying airline companies. And most people argue about the book price. And for those people that don't know, book price is when you get all of the assets and pay off the liabilities, how much would the company have? And that is the book value. But I don't really care about that because I know Air New Zealand would be losing money every single day. The planes needs to be in the sky for them to be making money. If they're in the ground, they will be losing money. But I am interested in Air New Zealand because of the new CEO they have, Greg Foran. For those people that don't know, Greg Foran did amazing things with Walmart, and he was even mentioned in a book that I really like called Going From Good to Great by Jim Collins. A really good book, but it's not really related to the stock market. So yes, because of him, I'll keep an eye on Air New Zealand, but not anytime soon. I do feel kind of sorry for him because he was just appointed the CEO of Air New Zealand and then all this pandemic then happened. But let's see what he can do. Speaking of management, guys, for those of you that don't know, when you just look at the price changes like this is more of a technical analysis. Now, when I talk about the industry and the management, the book value, environmental trends, that's more of a fundamental analysis. What I found to be the best is a combination of both. So I would use fundamental analysis to find great companies, and then I would use technical analysis to buy in at the right time. I just wanted to put that out there for those that don't know the difference. Another company that people are talking about investing is Mainfreight. They see the Mainfreight trucks back out on the road again, and they think the company's up and running again. But they don't understand that that's just a small part of the company, probably 1/3 of it. So they are only seeing the logistics side of it. They have a whole international team because it's a global business and some everyday investors miss that. Now I will change this from A to Z and I will go down slowly, and you can post a video on a company that you were wondering. If you see errors, I apologize, I'm still working my way around fixing those errors. While I go down, I also want to point out that just because we are out of the lockdown, we're not in the safe zone yet. There's new concern because the COVID-19 virus is affecting little kids in New York now in a very fatal way. So that may have another impact on the stock market. So that's another thing to worry about. I have also done a table like this for the US companies. I have about 500 companies in that table, and I will make a video on that soon, and I will upload it sometime this weekend. The reason why I haven't included that in this video is because trading week for the US has not finished yet. So keep an eye out for that, where I go through the US companies in a similar way. If you see an opportunity or a great company at a great discount and you haven't signed up with Sharesies yet, then use the first link in the description to sign up to Sharesies, and you will get $5 if you use that link. If you want to trade US stocks, then use the second link in the description to sign up to Stake, and you will get one free stock. If you have a company in mind that isn't showing up in this list, let me know and I'll try to add it in. But keep in mind that some companies I wasn't able to get the data, so I end up just deleting them. If you have a company in mind, let me know and I'll have a deeper look into it and try to work out the errors so I can have it in this table. Let me bring you back up to the top. If I change this column to lowest to highest, or if I change the lowest point to highest to lowest, you may be tempted to invest in these companies with the biggest impact. But remember, trying to call a bottom is a dangerous game. Most traders describe it as trying to catch a falling knife. Whoa, that scream was a bit dramatic. And if you keep an eye on these companies and you see that the price is going up, you might think to yourself that it has broken out from the downtrend and now it's going to go back up. But be careful, because it can be a false breakout, and some traders call it the dead cat bounce. As you can see, the company with the biggest impact are still in the negative since last week, so it might have been a dead cat bounce or a false breakout. This video might seem a bit negative, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone from investing. I want you to invest because keeping your money in a savings account won't get you much these days because of the low official cash rate. So I want you guys to invest, but I want you to be cautious when you're investing. Look, the bottom line is businesses are coming out saying that they don't know the full impact of COVID-19 yet. So how in the world are everyday investors such as you and me and the so-called expert know better than the people that are running the company? It's just something to think about. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.